Dricus Du Plessis versus Strickland duo has been announced as the main event for UFC 312, as well as Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. We're gonna go through UFC 312, at least the fights that are announced, go through them, give my thoughts on them, and yeah, if you like the content, subscribe, and yeah, without, oh, come on, there we go. Let's get into it. Now, Dricus Du Plessis versus Strickland. Now, this fight was really close the first time. I thought Strickland won the first fight. I know that it's one of the most debated fights we've had in recent memory, but Dricus Du Plessis went on to submit Israel Adesanya, being the first one who ever did that, and Strickland got a split decision win over Paulo Costa, even though Paulo Costa really did nothing in that fight. However, that's the thing. I love Strickland, but his fight style isn't a dominant fight. Well, it is from time. Like, he dominated Izzy, but his fight style is not judge friendly. That's what I'd say. Now, Dricus has finished Israel Adesanya by submission. Like I said, first person to do that. He knocked out Robert Whittaker. And I really do believe that Dricus Du Plessis has what it takes to become the greatest middleweight of all time. Now, the obvious elephant in the room here is Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev is clearly the number one contender. Most recently, getting a win over Robert Whittaker, one of the most brutal submissions we've ever seen, broke Whittaker's jaw. However, we know that Khamzat Chimaev, because of who he's married to, cannot, sorry about the coughing, cannot enter many countries, including Canada, America, Australia, because they're woke as shit. But, yeah, I think this will be a fun fight, and I do believe that Dricus will win by stoppage. I think that when you compare the two, since their first fight, Dricus has developed more of his game. He looks really dominant, and like I said, the true contender in that division is Khamzat Chimaev. It's only a matter of okay, like if you do the Khamzat fight, I know this isn't the favorite. Well, again, you're gonna have a champion you can't bring into multiple countries, and will be difficult to market to people outside of MMA. Like, casuals and hardcore fans know Khamzat Chimaev is probably the most dominant fighter we've ever seen. Especially when you look at when he came back against Whittaker. That was a way more calculated, a way more technical Khamzat Chimaev. Not saying he wasn't technical before, but he looks much better. And that's really the fight that I would like to see. I love Strickland, like I said, but I feel like Dricus and Khamzat, that's the real fight there. But my early prediction, even though I said I wasn't going to give a prediction, would be Dricus. But again, we'll talk about it closer to this fight. Moving on to Zhang Weili versus I can't pull it up that way, so we have to go here, go here. There we go. Alright, Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. Zhang Weili obviously being the champion, being a fairly dominant champion, I'd say. She had that one loss to Rose Namajunas, but since then she was able to KO Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She submitted Carla Esparza, beat Amanda Lemos, and most recently beat Joanne Yan by decision. Wow, that was 7 months ago. I didn't realize that one. You look at Tatiana Suarez, though. Her last fight submitted Jessica Andrade, submitted Montana De La Rosa, beat Nina Nunes by unanimous decision, beat Carla Esparza by TKO, beat Alexa Grasso by submission. Right? I think that Tatiana Suarez has the skill set to beat Zhang Weili, and I kind of am favoring Tatiana Suarez going into this. I feel like I said, she has a really dominant skill set, really good all-around game, and I don't know. I see her winning this. I know I did say I wouldn't give predictions. Good God, mucus. But I do lean to Tatiana Suarez. I do think she would win, probably by submission, or will. But yeah. All in all, I think this is a fun fight. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the strawweight division. Because, like, you look at bantamweight, right? You got Juliana Pena, you got Kayla Harrison, and most likely Kayla Harrison will win that title. Potentially Amanda Nunes will come back for one more fight. But, yeah. All in all, should be a fun fight. Moving on to... damn it. Forgot I had to go back out. Moving on to Ray Chisora versus Stuart Nickel. What the fuck is right? So, Ray Chisora, another one of these guys from Japan, undefeated. You look at his last few fights. Carlos Hernandez by unanimous decision beat whatever the hell, however you pronounce that name, by ground and pound, beat Mark Komako by unanimous decision, beat Renoy Shihan by submission, and beat Satoru Enomoto by submission. You look at Stuart Nickel, he lost to Jesus Aguilar. He beat Issei Kitano, beat Denshigo Moodway. God. Why can't everybody just have a simple fucking name, dude? Like, beat Scott Aquaba, and he beat Peter Benavides. I favor Ray Chisora, however you say his name. I've watched a few of his fights. Again, with with these Asian fighters coming in from Japan and China and Rise and all these different organizations, the talent pool in these Asian countries are really, really impressive, and I do favor Rey Tesora going into this fight. But again, I'll have to watch one tape on him. I don't know much about him, being honest here, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. Moving on, because I have to go back here. Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Pacino. Jimmy Crute, at a time, looked like he was going to be a force in the light heavyweight division, and that didn't come to fruition. You got Marcin Pacino losing to Marcus. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. Beat Devin Clark, lost to Victor Pacino, won against William Knight by unanimous decision, and lost to Philip Wentz. You look at Jimmy Crute, lost to Alonzo Manafield by submission, had a draw against Alonzo Manafield, lost to Jamal Hill, who, we know became champion, fought Alex Pereira, got knocked out. Lost to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith being the statistical light heavyweight GOAT. And he beat Modestas Bukauskas. So, the thing with Jimmy Crute, how old is he? 28. He's a young guy. I think he needs more time to develop. You work at Marcin Pacino, an older guy. This could be a good fight for Jimmy Crute to show off his skill set. Like I said, he is a young fighter. The light heavyweight division is, pretty fucking good right now. I'd argue this is probably the best light heavyweight division we've had in quite some time. Like, you guys remember when John Jones retired from light heavyweight, it was just a game of hot potato with the light heavyweight title. And then Alex Pereira came along and absolutely dominated everybody so far. But yeah, I couldn't even give a prediction. It's Jimmy Crute. Like, he definitely has potential. But when you're losing to Anthony Smith, Jamal Hill, and now Alonzo Manafield, you gotta improve your game, especially if you want to be in the light heavyweight division. If you want to be ranked in that division right now, you gotta be a top tier fighter. Anyways, that's where I got for that fight. Then moving on, we got Quaylen Shaquille. Suarez is that how you say it? Against Andrew Dubois. Quaylen winning against Gage Young. Dalmar Pham, Brett Pastor, Blake Donnelly, Neon Stephan. This is his first fight, apart from Contender Series. Then you move on to Anishi Dubois. He got knocked out by Mike Breeden. He beat Sergey by KO. He beat, you know, Queen Peel Kim. I know, last foot decision. Beat Muhammad Mahmoudin by arm triangle. And he beat Strickland Shikar. Again, these names are fucking horrific. But, this is a fun fight, I'd say, you know. Obviously, being in Australia, I think that Quaylen, however you say it, would be favored. I'm interested to see what he's got coming off of the Contender Series. You know, the Contender Series is, I would say, it took over the Ultimate Fighter. I know the Ultimate Fighter is still running. Well, like, when you look at the Contender Series, you got people like Sean Strickland, you got other people like Peyton Talbot, guys who come up from that Contender Series and go on to be top contenders, go on to be champions. So I'd be interested to see how Quaylen, however you say it, performs. Now you look at a new Sheik who's been in the UFC for around 2 years. So yeah. Again, I don't know much about these guys, and these obviously aren't the only fights that we'll get on this card. You know, we're gonna hear more as they come, and again, I will do my official predictions in February, closer to the fight. Well, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about UFC 312? What other fights would you like to see on your card? And yeah, other than that, that's all I got. Later.